Hello, my gorgeous makeup loving friends. Welcome back. It's another week, and it's a new week of new makeup releases. And most importantly, Tia has returned. That's right. I know. We're so excited because, people have been coping with me, but they really just want their gorgeous Finnish makeup goddess. But instead, for the last several weeks, they have had a wish version of you. Just
Oh, come on.
an Irish pasty makeup obsessive. That's all they got. But thankfully, Tia is back, and it's a great week to have her back because, well, any week is great to have her back. But we have one particular new release that I really wanted her thoughts on because she's had it in her clutches for quite some time. But, guys, there would be no episode without you guys tagging us and stuff. So I hugely, hugely appreciate it. All of your names are being shown on the screen now. Thank you very, very much. But let's start with the very first one. And can I just say, Tia has been exceptional because she's had this palette for quite some time. She got it in PR. It is the Winter Wonderland palette, and oh,
That is just so pretty. Like, come on.
and I mean the fact that they're selling it for £28. But, friends,
Right?
you can get 10% off with Tia's code. It's Tia10. There's going to be an affiliate link, etc., down below in the description box. Of course, as you're watching it, I wouldn't be surprised if this is already sold out because this is on sale on Friday. So I should have or will have done is put a link up on Friday. So hopefully you guys managed to get your little paws on it. Myself and Tia were discussing this a while ago. There's one shade in particular from that palette that is a dead-on dupe, if not, and I fully believe this, a better shade than its counterpart in the Danessa Myricks Lightwork 3.
Yeah, it definitely. Like, it's more like the formula on these multichromes is really up there. Like, it's so good.
It's
like it's so sparkly and so like reflective and like all the yumminess. Like, oh my god.
Because, by the way, a while ago, Tia was showing me a swatch of the Danessa Myricks because she has that and the Cosmic Brushes. And it's really bad. I thought like the Cosmic Brushes one was Danessa Myricks because it looked so impressive. It was like full on bam pigment, and the Danessa Myricks one, it still looked pretty, but next to the Cosmic Brushes one, it looked a smidgen washed out. And guys, you know how much I love Danessa Myricks. I'm stupid. I go off and buy a big chunk of Danessa Myricks stuff, but the Cosmic Brushes full on blew it out of the water. Like there were no fishes left.
Faye is just killing it with these launches. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, every launch after every launch is like perfection.
I can't get over it, and it's so difficult for a brand as well because when you've had hit after hit after hit, there comes a point where it's like, oh god, what's the next one going to be? But it does feel like she's just had successive hit, and I think this is perfect for this time of the year because like it's wintry but without it being Christmassy. So
yeah,
and that's way more impressive.
and like this is so well curated as well. Like, I saw the P. Louise blue palette. I don't know if we're talking about it today or not. But I saw that and I was like, what is that? Like, Cosmic Process did that so much better. Like, she just knows how to edit. Like, you have your blues, you have your like purpley tones, but you don't have like excessive amount of like slightly different shades that you don't really need.
Yeah. No, and I think that's the thing that we've seen historically with Cosmic Brushes and her palettes. It's the fact that everything is edited so well. There's rarely a shade that you kind of go, oh, I probably wouldn't have put that in there. And usually if you do say, oh, I wouldn't have put that in there, that's more like personal preference, not editing issues of like, oh, this shade is a bit too close to this other one. I full on am obsessed with this. I think this is spectacular. I'm assuming that it's the same formula as she's had previously. I can't see her kind of changing things up, which if you haven't tried Cosmic Brushes, the formula is excellent. I don't know how she does this.
So good. It's one of my favorite like eyeshadow formulas. It's one of my favorite brands. If not like my favorite, it's my favorite indie brand, but they just do it so well.
Yeah.
I have like zero complaints about this. There's not like anything that I'm like, why is that there? Or what's it? Why does it look like that? I just love this. But I love blues and purples. Like it's my jam.
Oh,
So
yeah. I do have one pretty big complaint though.
you don't have it already.
That's my major complaint.
I knew it.
Give it
Chris is gonna be tomorrow, like no, Friday ordering. It's like, oh, I need it.
like in the middle of a
Do
work
not distract me.
Sorry guys, just have to go and order an eyeshadow palette. And like I've managed to convince myself that it's okay to get, even though I'm like, I don't know where the fuck my finances are. I know where my finances are. I've had a lot of like repairs to the house to do recently. But I've talked myself into this one because I'm like it's only £28, so it's going to be about €35. And to me, I'm like, okay, you might, I mean, you might as well for that. And I think
with cosmic brushes, like they have they do the taxes now on the site first. So like when you pay, you get the taxes and everything. If you like order from like Europe, so you don't have to like wait and then do the customs declaring and everything. Like they do it for you. So
yeah, they're so easy to purchase from, and that's not always the case with indie brands. I mean, I had to wait recently. I ordered from an indie brand back in August, beginning of August, and I only just got it a few days ago.
Yeah. So it can be a bit hard sometimes.
But I don't know how she does it. She operates her business as though she's a multi-million euro brand. Like the customer service is excellent, the quality is excellent, the delivery also excellent.
I love how they photograph the swatches. Like you
Yeah.
can tell that those are real swatches. Those aren't like computer generated swatches, and they have such a good lighting there to show like the shifts on the multichromes. Like look at that one shade that's like, I think it's called Winter Solstice. That's like blue but orange, but like it's just so such a different, I've never seen anything like it, and it's so beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, brands really often struggle with swatching their stuff. And we've seen it from high-end brands for however long we've been doing this. And here we have an indie brand basically showing you how it's done. And I know, I'm very confident that when I get this palette, because it's a when I get this palette, it's going to swatch the same on me. Like it's going to be that level of pigment. I have zero complaints about it, bar the whole, it's not currently in my hands, but I mean,
Reason to do swatching Sundays ASAP when this arrives.
5,000,000%. I mean, I'm obviously getting it. I will be using Tia's code. You know, I've already gone ahead and I've made my account on the site, on Cosmic Brushes site. So then all I have to do is just log in, grab the palette, and check out.
Yeah, that's smart.
Oh, I am this is a professional shopper.
Yeah, Teresa knows what she's doing. Nothing's going to stop her from snagging one of these.
Oh no, literally, I will sell my kidney if necessary.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't need a kidney, I need this. Never take financial advice from me though, guys. That's all I'm saying. But oh my God, when I put this to you guys, 85% said love it, while 5% said that you're on a no or a low buy. Fucking hell.
That's like one of the highest ones we've had like this year, I think.
The only time I've ever seen it that high was when Beauty Bay, did the berries, the midnight, and the earthy palette.
Oh yeah.
The only time I've ever seen stats this high.
Yeah.
Ridiculous, but I am in no way surprised. Now we have another contender from another little indie brand. This is Adept Cosmetics, and this is releasing on Black Friday. It's their Element 115, so it's all like UFO space themed, and it's going to be $65. But apparently, because it's coming out for Black Friday, there's a code for those who've signed up for like the newsletter to get 20% off. So then that would be $52, which, Jiminy Cricket, this is beautiful. I will also show you guys some videos of the swatches because they're all over their Instagram, and I'm just going to steal them and put them into this video right now so you can see it. I think this is very pretty.
Very pretty. I really like it. The one complaint I have is I don't like those like stripy shades because you can't really use them, like you have to like kind of mix it in. So I'm like, what's the point then on having them like that, you know?
Yes.
I get that it's their thing. They've done like other palettes that have those little like stripes with different colors. But the swatches look absolutely stunning.
Yeah. I mean, they did those stripy pans for the Ketracel and they did it for the Rainbow Raider. You're absolutely right. I agree with you because I'm kind of like looking at the swatches then kind of go, well, which one of them is it that's corresponding to that exact one? And it's kind of a little bit tricky because then you're like, oh, which one exactly is it? All that being said, though, I'm just looking at the swatches mostly rather than looking at the palette itself.
Yeah.
The swatches are what always sells me on a palette, like and this is rich, it's beautiful, it's giving me early noughties vibes, like in the best way. I'm loving that lilac matte in there. It's
so pretty. I love it on a stage.
It's so beautiful. Even the addition of a black in there is fabulous. I will say I've gotten so much Adept Cosmetics recently, like so much. I can't seem to stop myself when it comes to them. I'm just like, oh no, one more palette won't possibly do any sort of harm. And then it just arrives at my door because I've gone off and bought it. And they do tend to ship and arrive pretty quickly. They do arrive via FedEx though. So FedEx, how do I say it nicely? Fucking hate FedEx because they will surprise you as to how much it is that they're going to charge you for customs because it normally never quite adds up. And I'm too
that's so annoying. Because in Finland, even if it's like FedEx or even if it's like any other like companies like DHL Express, they send you an email so you can do it, like do the customs yourself or let them do it. But if you let them do it, they're like 20 euros on top because they did it.
Yeah, and this is what they do here. So I'm like,
that's so annoying.
But I'm also, and I'm sure you can appreciate this, thinking to myself, well, if they're having 20% off of the palette, that's going to cover the ridiculous FedEx now. So obviously, I should get it.
So basically, I'm not paying FedEx fee.
Make it fucking make sense. And then you're going to find me over the next month, like coming up to Christmas, being like, oh God, I have to buy people presents and now I have nothing to eat for the rest of the month, but I'll just go and eat pasta or just hoover whatever is on the floor like into my mouth and be like, well, that'll do. Oh God, I love this. I will say I really enjoy Adept Cosmetics and there's something really luxe about their stuff, like all the way even down to the packaging. I really appreciate the way that they put stuff together and I'm really angry. Why
She's angry because she wants it.
Like, I want to be a better person and I want to be less like, gimme, gimme, gimme. And yet, shit like this gets released. But I will say, I really appreciate that they are not making this limited edition. So, you know, I'm terrible for just like getting stuff because of FOMO and being like, oh, well, if I don't get it now, I'll never be able to get it. And I like that at least they're doing that. I think that's really smart for them. I prefer.
Yeah, because the Arrow inspired palette, that was limited edition. I think it's gone.
Yeah.
I have that and it's beautiful. But it's like annoying when stuff are limited edition because then you're like, oh, I need it now because what if it's gone and I'm not gonna get it?
Exactly. And I mean, it bugs me. That's one of my things against like Danessa Myricks is like, I love her Lightworks, but then she makes them limited edition. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah. And I feel like sometimes brands use it even like they say it's a limited edition, but they will bring it back if people want it, like, you know, enough, like people will buy it. So that's so annoying because then you're like, well, what if people want it so much, but I'm not sure. So I'm not sure if I should buy it now or not, or what I should do. So annoying.
Are we talking about Odin's Eye and then bringing back their Christmas collection?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are. I'm like, if it's going to be limited edition, let it be limited edition. But I prefer it when things are not limited edition. Run something until the consumer desire is no longer there. Is my general opinion. Like, I don't get limited edition. So I'm really glad they've made this so that it isn't limited edition. And it kind of can I also say an extra point? Whenever something isn't limited edition, it also gives me this idea of like the brand and confidence behind this. Whenever it's like a limited run, I'm like, ooh, do you not stand behind your product? And that you're kind of going, oh, even if the reviews come out and they're negative, it doesn't matter because all the stock is sold and that we're not doing it anymore. Ha ha ha. So again, maybe I'm just like really fatalistic, but like anytime I see a brand not doing a limited edition, I'm kind of like reading it as them kind of going, oh, we really trust this product and think this has the chance to go further. So for me, I really like this. As to whether or not I will get it on the Black Friday launch, I do not know. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I may sell Sahil's
kit. You might trip and fell and accidentally buy purchase. We don't know yet.
Stranger things have happened, my friends, but I do think it is stunning. And when I put it to you guys, 49% of you loved it and 38% of you said that you loved the shimmers, which I agree with. I would just roll my entire body in them. Then it's just the week of the indie brands. This is Wicked Widow Beauty, and this is their Resurrection palette. It's sort of like their take on a rainbow palette, but with a little bit of like a gothic inspiration to it. So there's 10 multichromes, 2 duochromes, and 12 mattes. So it is a literally half and half kind of a palette. It's $78, but you can get codes for 10% off to bring it down to $70. So when you're looking at 24 shades for about $70, that's working out at about $3 per shade. So in my mind, that's pretty darn good. I also found some fantastic swatches by an Instagrammer called Colorful Indian. You'll be seeing those here now. And they do look very, very pretty, very, very pigmented. I've never tried anything from Wicked Widow Beauty before, but I know that we have talked about them on this channel before. We had them, we were talking about like an Edward Scissorhands palette that I think they did 2 different types of those. But I think this is the one that I'm the most intrigued by so far. I kind of like the mix of formulas and stuff here.
If I was looking for a rainbow palette, this could be a nice add to my collection, but I'm just over rainbow palettes. It's not like a typical rainbow palette though. I feel like it's a little bit more different with the grays and all.
Yeah,
but it's not bad.
Do you know, it kind of reminds me of like an edited down indie version of the Be Perfect Interstellar.
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah.
Just I was thinking Be Perfect too, but like more edited down.
I quite like it. I appreciate it. And I feel like there's a void that has been left over the last couple of years with kind of like alternative brands. Kat Von D was that for a really long time, and then she had become Kat Von Diphtheria, and we were all like, ew, gross. And there's not been many brands that have kind of filled the void. We have the likes of VE Cosmetics, etc. But I feel like the packaging and the layout of this is giving me that old school Kat Von D. And I say that with like...
Yeah, I agree.
The highest of compliments, because that was when the brand was really good and people were actually interested in it. I think it might be as well the fact, that they have that cover that's giving you very like church architecture vibes. And it reminds me of that Kat Von D palette that was...
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
That opened like this and it has like church doors or something.
Yes, I have that palette. It's on my rather large shelf. I think this is really pretty. I kind of like that it is a rainbow palette, but there's like a cohesion to it, and I like that there's like kind of like a grey sultry vibe to it, that they've mixed in some multi-chromes and some duochromes there as well. I think it's pretty decent value, like when you think about it.
Yeah, I don't hate. I feel like it's pretty good. It's like a pretty good palette. It's not for me, but it's a nice one.
But is it just me, or does it feel like indie brands are fucking upping their game these days?
They are.
They're fucking coming for us. And I'm not against it. Well, I am, but I'm also not. Like, you know, the me that wants to be sensible is like, very good, very good. And then the me that's like, oh, let's buy all the things is like, so there's a lot of like conflicting emotions on this. But I think this is really genuinely quite interesting. Now, I've never tried anything from the brand, so I can't speak in terms of like experience. I can't say like, oh my God, it's good or it's this or whatever. If anyone has tried them, will you let me know down below? Because I'm just a nosy bee. That's literally all that's going on here. When I put it to you guys, 41% of you loved it and 7% of you said that you were on a no or a low buy, which I think is actually pretty darn good, because it is
pretty good.
Like, it is a rainbow palette, which a lot of us have. And you would think it would generally score lower, but it didn't. This next one, I full on think this is kind of cool. So this is What's Up Beauty. This is their Dragon Eye eyeshadow palette. It's launching on November 17th, so it's already available as you're watching. It's talc-free. It's clean. I hate that fucking word. It's cruelty-free. It's sustainable. It is made in Italy, right? So that means that, yeah. And all of those things together, you think to yourself, okay, it's made in Italy. That's probably going to be very pricey. It's talc-free. It's cruelty-free. That's going to be pricey. No, it's $45 US.
That's not bad.
That is not bad. And look at the outside of that palette. How fucking cool is that?
So cool.
I really love that. And like the swatches that they've given look really pretty. Do I have shades like this already? Yes, I do. Like, full disclosure, I do. But that's because I'm an idiot and have way more shit than like one person actually needs. And I'm fully aware of that. They have a really good mix of mattes to those like multi and duochromes as well, which I really appreciate. And I feel like they've done a decent job, not as good as Cosmic Brushes, but a decent job of photographing these multi-chromes and giving you an idea of these shifts. I think it's really interesting.
I quite like it as well. I'm not like matte color choices are not really for me, but I do like all the like multi and duochromes there.
I agree. Like, I do and don't understand the mattes, in that the mattes make sense when you think about dragon. Okay, those are the like, you don't have like a light colored dragon. They're all very like deep. I'm speaking about dragons as if they're real things, but in my mind, they've always had like very deep colors, so you're never going to find like a pastel dragon unless you're in a Disney film. So this makes sense on that respect, but then it's like, oh, okay, you've gone for like a one-tone sort of a palette where you're only going to get a specific level of depth, but you're not going to get a lot of light out of it. That's the only kind of critique I would have, and I still think it's fantastic. For $45, it's pretty good.
It's a really good one.
I don't know how they've managed it, considering it's made from Italy. Like, the production costs are always higher in Italy anyways, and the labs are generally seen to be like much better quality. Like, most, like, if you look at like some of the best highlighters, etc., they're usually from Italy. So I'm kind of shocked that an indie brand has managed to do this and have it be talc free. And as we know, like, making any sort of eyeshadows, yes, I know the mattes are usually the ones that have talc in them, but getting any sort of eyeshadows without talc is going to up the price.
Nice, yeah.
I'm kind of like a little bit stunned that they have it for that price. Or maybe I'm just like so out of it, but I think it's a pretty decent price for if it is, by the way, all those things that they're saying. Like, if we find out, oh no, it was actually made in my back garden using dirt and clay, then, and I'm selling it for $45, then fair enough. But if it is, by the way, all of these things that they're saying, which it would be stupid of them to lie about that, if it is all those things, then that price is extremely good for what they're giving, in my opinion. I like it. I'm not going to go out and get it because, as I said, I already have a lot of these shades already. But can I just say, if they made that cover and made it into a Z palette, I would put some of my singles in there. I would.
And then forget to use them.
I mean, yes, obviously. Hello, Object Permanence. How are we doing? But I think it's really cool. I think everything about this is actually executed quite well. Now, I don't know what you guys think yet, but I'm going to show the stats right now. This next one is the most stupid fucking thing that I have seen in a really, really long time.
Didn't we talk about the similar thing like last year, but it was like Hello Kitty or something?
Yes, yes, it was. It was Hello Kitty. Yes, it was. So Bobbi Brown are systematically, essentially trying to ruin our childhoods. They went for Hello Kitty this year, and now they're going for Powerpuff Girls. And this is the most ridiculous nonsense that I've seen. Okay, so there's a 4-pan eyeshadow palette for $77. There's one highlighting powder. That's right, in one shade. In one shade for $54. There's one shade of a sheer finished pressed powder for $49. One shade. Again, I feel the need to repeat that. Single eyeshadows, and they've called them their luxe eyeshadows, $41 each. They've lost their minds. Then there's 6 lipsticks, which in my mind look exactly the same. And then they've taken their existing stuff, including their cleansing oil and their vitamin enriched face base, and just kind of gone, oh, the Powerpuff Girls. This is what they are. I mean, okay, let's start and talk about that fucking eyeshadow palette. Can we call it a palette?
It's so bad. Like, the shades look even too pale for me to get any depth in that look. Like, even like for us, it's too pale. That is so horrible. I hate that so much.
But do you know what gets me? It's that Bobbi Brown as a brand was obviously founded by Bobbi Brown herself, who no longer has anything to do with the brand. And Bobbi Brown was a makeup artist, so knows all about inclusivity, etc. And it seems that as soon as she left the brand, Bobbi Brown, the brand, just kind of went la 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 la, and forgot everything that she seems to have told them over the years. And then they came out with this. Who in their right mind thought of Bubbles, Blossom, and Buttercup, the 3 Powerpuff Girls, and went, oh yeah, these shades capture them.
This is the stuff that makes you think Powerpuff Girls.
If you told me even the swatches,
like $77,
they're like out of their minds.
Yeah, like who would buy this? Who in their right mind would buy that and be like, oh yes, it's the best eyeshadow palette ever. I want it so bad.
Like, I'm not saying that I would judge you if you buy this, but I would judge you if you bought this, because it's ridiculous. Like, I genuinely think this is stupid, and like it's so boring. Like, the swatches, they look like
horrible.
Makeup Revolution.
Yeah, it looks so bad. Like, there's nothing interesting about this.
100%. 100%. And actually, speaking of Makeup Revolution, they did a collaboration with Powerpuff Girls. I think it was about a year or so ago, maybe a little bit more than that. And their collaboration was much better than this. And I feel physically unwell saying that, because I don't like Makeup Revolution. But Jesus fucking Christ, this is so bad on
it's marketed for. Like, I don't understand, like, who's gonna buy this? That's why I'm like, who's the marketing group of, like, who's gonna buy this? Because I don't understand.
Like, when I look at the shades, I kind of go, rich white lady, you know?
But why would they buy Powerpuff Girls?
Exactly. That's not their demographic. Like, I don't get this at all. And then the 3, as they've called them, luxe eyeshadows are the most boring, uninspiring pieces of nonsense.
How is that luxe eyeshadow? Like, that looks like a traditional shimmer, just like a traditional shimmer that it's not even that nice.
Yep. This is looking like the sort of shimmer that I put on my eyelids back in 2005 going to a disco.
This is so outdated. Like, this is so out of date, this whole collection. It's from the 90s. That's even called it too well.
It's a fucking time war is what it is. It's dated, it's weird, but it also doesn't link in with the IP. The sheer finishing powder, and I don't know how sheer it's meant to be. They've made it as one shade, which is the shade of the ghost, which is myself and Tia. But past that, it cannot, I don't know, maybe they've instilled with some amazing particles that somehow won't give you like a terrible white cast, but I can't figure out who that, like, who is this for? Why is it so non-inclusive?
I don't know.
I hate it.
I don't understand these kinds of things.
No, and then the highlighter, similarly non-inclusive. Again, one shade, that's it. It's like they've called it pink glow, so it's gonna be for a lighter
I feel
shade.
like this shade is just a repeat of what they have already.
Oh, it literally is. Like, yeah, great. You've got some embossing of buttercup on it, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Well done. Bobbi Brown innovates. Oh, the lipsticks. I don't know if I'm like having a seizure, but they all look like they're the same shade. Like,
yeah,
they're
just light difference.
Yeah, I mean, but they're all various tones of like reddy, orangey, bar one, which is slightly more plummy. And you know it's bad.
I don't really like any of those.
Yeah, like, you know it's bad when me, the girl who's like, I love red lipstick, is sitting here kind of going, no.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
No. I also just feel like they've been applied in a really weird way.
Yeah.
Like, they don't look great in the pictures. Let me know what you guys think, because for me, none of this is being sold to me. And of course, as I said before, they have the face base and the oil, which, yeah, grand.
Face base is the only thing. If you like Powerpuff Girls and you want like a good primer, that's the only thing I feel like, go ahead and buy it. Because I really like the face base. It's really nice. I don't need it in a Powerpuff Girls packaging because I have like a full one. But like, if you want to buy something, that's your safe bet.
Compelled. Yeah. This whole collection is just so weird. It makes, and I mean, 0 sense. I do not get it. I don't like it. It is available now, and I'll have affiliate links down below if for some reason you do want to buy this.
Yeah.
Don't.
If you have a mental breakdown and you're going to buy this, then use Teresa's links.
I mean, please don't. There's so much better out there. There's so much better out there. Yes, there's other stuff out there that I don't have affiliate links to. Go buy that shit instead. Don't buy this.
Yeah, don't buy.
I should never be part of affiliate programs because I'm terrible at these. Anyways, I don't know what you guys think. I'm going to show you the stats now, but oh fucking Christ, it doesn't get much worse than this. Beauty Blender. Is anyone else shocked that this still exists? I am convinced, and I'm going to say this right now, I would not be surprised if in 2024 this brand stops existing.
Like, honestly, who makes this up? Who wants to buy this set?
Okay, let me tell you what this set actually is for those of you who are listening and not watching. This is the Gold Vault, and it's limited edition, so best get your little paws on it while you can. There is 12, that's right, 12 beauty blenders, one a month for the next year. And what makes them unique? They're all different colors. That's the real innovation. And you get it for the low price of $195.
Oh, just go to Shein and order one. Like, they sell beauty blenders in like packets. Like, I swear to God, there's like, if you're gonna spend $195, like almost $200 for beauty blenders.
Tell you what,
are you mad?
Tell you what, lads, I have a bunch of makeup sponges here in my makeup room. If you really want makeup sponges and you're willing to spend $195, send me $195 and I'll give you 12 of my unused makeup sponges.
And you can have like a mystery blender.
A mystery bag of creases.
And I don't even like beauty blenders. Like, I feel like they're not that good. Like, I think I bought one, like once.
I did.
And I swear to God, it had like these holes, like it's like coarse. And when you blend it out, it leaves like the marks on your skin. I've never understood the hype of beauty blenders. Like, I just feel like they're so shit.
But it's like, so funny though, because the word beauty blender is now like, it's extended to all makeup sponges, and people are like, I'm using my beauty blender, and I'm like, that's not a beauty blender, that's just like a makeup sponge.
Yeah. And
I'm like, okay, there you go. But it's really funny that they've kind of shifted into public consciousness, but I don't know of anyone who actually uses them. Like, I'm a big lover of using brushes for my makeup. It just gives me the finish that I personally like. Sometimes I prefer sponges, but I have tried beauty blenders and I just don't like them. And they've tried, God bless them, they've really tried with their whole thing around this, and they're like, oh, let me explain why you should want this. Award-winning foam, that never starts well as a sentence, helps deliver a gorgeous skin-like finish.
But it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
Like, at least not for me. Like, I hate beauty blenders. It's just so shit.
Yeah.
That's it.
Bless them, they still try. Signature edgeless design for effortless blending. Latex free, cruelty free, and vegan. Okay. And then they're like, oh, foam like no other. Multi-purpose material, works with liquids, creams, and powders. How is that foam like no other? Literally every other sponge.
Like they even show that pore-like texture mimics skin. That's why I hated beauty blenders, because it had that, and I felt like it left those marks. Like it never blended out it like evenly and smoothly.
I think it's not what they're trying to do. Is like, let's make your foundation look like it's skin on you, so that we're gonna give your foundation pores.
Yeah.
Weird. It's so weird. They're really trying to sell it though. They're like, expands and softens for the best blend. Plush, pore-like texture, mimics skin, absorbs water, not your makeup. It's like, lads, all of these things are shit that I could get with a 20-cent makeup sponge.
Yeah.
I mean, you will only get the best sponges when you give me $195 and get your mystery bag. It's a one-time offer this week only. Ooh, limited edition. Granted, I'm not
I
gonna.
just don't understand. Like, who would buy this? Like, who would spend $200 on 12 makeup sponges and be like, yes, that's a win? Like, I saved so much money, so much time. I don't need to have to go buy beauty blenders every month or something.
Like, you just know, like, there's no way. This is obviously meant for like Christmas or whatever. Like, who the fuck is buying that for somebody for Christmas? And it's gonna end
I
up.
would be livid if someone would buy this for me. Like, there better be a receipt in there so I can return that. Like, no.
But like, even if it comes to the sale and it got slashed down to $100, I'd be like,
Ew.
that is still
No.
too expensive for
Yeah.
what it is.
If it was like $20,
Maybe.
I would be like, yeah, that's a pretty good deal. I could buy that. But like 10 times the price. Yeah.
No, it's so stupid, and I'm genuinely surprised that they're still a company.
Well, when I first saw this, I thought this was gonna be the like some stupid like Christmas advent calendar where you get a different color. Watch them do that.
What's in this beauty blender calendar? Ooh, a beauty blender, because that's all we do. We tried to do foundation, it was not great. Like, oh, they're just a mess of a brand. Anyways, I haven't subjected you yet to see what you guys think, but I'll put your opinions down below. But I think it's very strange. Then we have Alamar Cosmetics, and this is their Destino palette. It's available right now. It's $35, and apparently, if you get their Christmas box, which is $90, it includes 11 full-size products. One of those full-size products is actually this eyeshadow palette, which I think is not bad actually. Now I've never tried anything from Alamar Cosmetics, so again, I can't really say what I think of the quality. It's an indie brand, and the owner is originally from Cuba, hence the name Alamar. It's from her hometown. I don't hate this. I think it's kind of an interesting sort of a palette. I don't feel I get any sort of use out of it though, but
I don't understand the packaging. Like, why is there this like piece of packaging that is just like under the shadows?
yeah.
Like, why some like wasted space?
Yes.
Like, I don't understand.
Is there like meant to be like a little space to put like a little eyeshadow brush or something in there? Or what's going on?
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, I didn't even cop to that until you said it, and now I'm like, oh, but you could have had another 5 shadows in there.
Yeah.
Very strange.
Like, it's waste of packaging. I don't understand when brands do this. Like, they do a bigger packaging that the actual product needs.
Yeah.
It's like, why? Why do we need this?
Genuinely confusing. Like the individual shades look quite interesting, and like I will say across the different pictures it's kind of hard to determine which one is the correct one, but I think it's the one that kind of looks a little bit more flat. I can see they have like a really interesting like sort of a pastel-y green. Then the more colorful shades are the shimmers, and then any of the other mattes are generally neutrals bar that kind of coral shade in the green. It's a bit disjointed. I like the individual shades. I just wouldn't get use out of this palette at all.
Yeah, same.
Like, it's grand. It's middle of the road. I
I'd
don't.
like to see swatches.
Yes. Yes. And do you know what? I find it really interesting because as I'm filming, this is already available. It started selling yesterday, and you can get it on their site. And they just had these pictures, but they had no pictures of swatches. And I think that is a major pity. Like, it's not super expensive. It's $35, which isn't bad for an indie brand. But that being said, I mean, I could have this, or I could spend $10 more and have the What's Up Beauty one, the dragon one.
Yeah.
Like, which you gonna choose? I don't feel like there's a contest there. This is
Yeah.
kind of giving me old school Too Faced vibes.
Yeah, kinda.
It's not. It's not for me. It's fine. I'd like to see more from the brand and see what the story is. And I know that Brianna has tried stuff from Alamar Cosmetics, and she seems to quite enjoy them. So if you are looking at this, maybe it is like a really good brand. I don't know, but
Yeah.
it's for me, and I don't have much else to say about it. But I'm going to show you guys what your opinion was on this. And now we're talking about P. Louise, and I think it's really interesting that she came out with this palette at the same time as Cosmic Brushes, because I feel like Cosmic Brushes blew it out of the water, and this just looks,
Cosmic Brushes did so much better.
yeah.
Over P. Louise doing these monochrome palettes that had way too many shades of the same. Like, you could edit this down to one, like just one layer.
Oh,
And
100%.
it would be, like, don't get me wrong, I love blues and I love these tones. I'm not saying it's an ugly palette, but it's too excessive. Like, it needs to be cut down. Like, we don't need like hint of slight different shades that will not look that different on the eyes.
But there's a lot of those shades that are duping each other, and that
And
is
also,
so.
like, I feel like P. Louise shimmer formula isn't the best. I'm sorry to say that, but it's just not. If I compare it to Cosmic Brushes,
Yeah.
Beauty Bay, any of these brands, they just do it so much better than P. Louise.
100%. I'll also add to that in that I find that these bigger palettes of hers tend to not have the same quality as the likes of her stack 'em ups. If this was a stack 'em up, which by the way, her stack 'em ups have shades like this already, so
Yeah.
why would you bother? So this is, by the way, available in the November budget box, which I mean, I only got my October budget box the other day, so I don't know. I'll get
Also,
this sometime
I
in.
feel like P. Louise is launching way too much stuff.
Agreed.
Like, how many launches have we had? Like, we had the rainbow one, we had the Halloween one. Like, now this, then there's the Michaela collab that it's coming.
Oh, yes, I forgot about that one. Oh
So
man.
it's like it's just too much. And I feel like because I think Michaela's team is also like Winter Wonderland. So I think I don't know what she's gonna come out with, but I'm thinking maybe an eyeshadow palette. I don't know, but I feel like this just I don't know if it's gonna be too similar, you know.
Oh, P. Louise has done so much at this point that she is duping herself, if we're 100%
Yeah.
honest.
Oh, 100%.
And the shadows that you have in her palette, she doesn't really change them up that often. Like, yeah, she has some shimmer, she has some mattes, but she doesn't tend to kind of go past that often. Like, you don't tend to see different formulas. And I think that's the next thing that she actually needs to do beyond kind of going, look at all the colors that I've done. Like, great, you've done all the colors, but could you maybe do something a little bit different? What has
Yeah.
surprised me so far is the brand, and I generally find they're decent quality. I like quite a few of their things, but I can't understand when they're pumping out thing after thing after thing after thing, and they've done like a very inclusive bronzer collection. Where's their foundation collection? Why has that not
Yeah.
happened? To me,
Like
that's the thing that would.
concealer.
But that's the thing that
Like
would make the most sense, because those are the repeat purchases. It's very, very rare that you would ever go back and purchase an eyeshadow palette because you've panned it, but you will always go back and buy a foundation because you're going to use that shit up. So I don't
and
understand
also
from a
like
point of view that they haven't done that yet.
even if you wanted to buy the eyeshadow palette again, you probably couldn't have because she keeps like discontinuing and just bringing out new stuff. It just feels like she's never happy what she's had. And she's like, oh, I need to do something more. I need to do something better. And she keeps trying and then discontinuing the other products and then keep trying again. And like, it's just a bit like, is anything permanent in your collections?
Hmm.
Except the feeling space.
Yeah, those are the real consistent ones. And again, those are the ones that are the repeat purchases.
Yeah.
So I don't know why she hasn't like done that, because she has the possibility of being able to do a foundation, do a concealer, and I mean she has a makeup academy. Like
Yeah.
I don't understand it. We don't need another eyeshadow palette. And this is said by somebody who is obsessive about eyeshadow palettes. I am signed up to the budget boxes because I'm a fucking idiot. So I'm getting this anyway. So keep an eye out. I will be doing a deep dive into this to see how many of these shades are very, very close to each other. Because
Yeah.
yes, P. Louise does tend to dupe herself, let's be 100% honest, but it's usually like across palettes. But she's managed, in my opinion, based upon what I've seen here, to dupe the palette itself within the palette.
Yeah.
Which doesn't happen that regularly in makeup. So it's a bit strange, and I do agree. There's just too much, and I'm like, could you chill out? Like it's like what, one big launch every 2 to 3 weeks, and I'm just sitting here kind of going, there's too much. Can I also please get a medal for the fact that I got nothing in that Black Friday saley thingy? I didn't get like the big rainbow palette. I didn't get the little 10
But
pound.
she already have like, how are we already doing Black Friday sales?
I don't know. Time
It's so confusing to me. Like it's not even Black Friday yet, and we're all like doing Black Friday sales. It keeps starting earlier and earlier every year.
Oh, literally, like we got a telly there, and we got it for like a really good price, but it was like at the beginning of November because Black Friday
Yeah.
starts here now apparently throughout the entire month because they're like, okay, here you go. But anyways, I don't get this. I think this could have been edited down. They need to start introducing some interesting formulas because I feel like just
Yeah.
because you're doing a huge quantity, there's only so long that will kind of work. And she's able to do multi-chromes. Like she has those little pigments, those little
Yeah.
pigments. So like, just do it. Just try, but also maybe do some foundations and concealers, etc. Because that would be genuinely interesting. I'd like
Yeah.
to see that.
Me
Um,
too.
I mean, let's be real, we all care about my opinion. Now, I don't know what you guys think yet. I'm going to show you the stats now, but the very last thing that we're going to talk about is, and this is a rumor at the moment, but you know, with the way that the beauty landscape is going and the way that celebrities look at it, I suspect there's probably a grain of truth in this. It looks like Adele, the singer, is coming out with a possible beauty brand called the Shelburne Collective, which in my mind sounds fancy and expensive, and
Yeah.
I don't know. She's not really known for like makeup looks. Like, yes, she has like a timeless, iconic look of like the black winged liner, and like she goes for like a neutral lip, and she has strong brows. But beyond that, you don't really see her changing up her makeup aesthetic, and you kind of have to do that if you're a makeup brand.
If it's not gonna be like a black liquid liner and like that kind of stuff, it's gonna be weird coming from her.
I'm just surprised that she's done that. I mean, she has to have money to burn, unless maybe it's like, didn't she have a divorce or something recently? Maybe he took a lot of money. I don't know. But like, she never seemed to be the sort that would kind of be like, oh yeah, I'll just attach my name onto something to get money. So I'm kind of a bit surprised, but I guess it's just like the thing that people do now. Where's my brand? I'm thinking,
Where's my brand?
where's my brand? Something important.
Cleopatra's also, where's my brand?
I'd buy a Cleopatra brand.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, I mean, we obviously don't know exactly what it is that's going on here yet, and I didn't poll it to you guys because I mean it would just be sheer speculation. But that's essentially it. Other than that, the only other little bit of news that I noticed before we sat down to film is that Blend Bunny have changed their logo again.
Oh,
yeah,
so something is coming.
Something is coming. We'll see what the story is there, but I mean, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of launches. It does feel a little bit late to be coming out with something because, I mean, I get that you'll want to have like launches pre-Christmas.
Yeah.
But it is mid-November now. So I don't know how that's going to work out. But, I mean, look at Cleopatra. Just enjoy her. Like, she's gorgeous. So much better. I do have my favorite comment, and this is from the fabulous Erica Poe, who said, "Problematic is an edgy, cool name for a makeup palette. Lol, but not for James Charles." Agreed. I feel like the word problematic is kind of too kind for him, or it like undermines all of his ickiness. Anyways, my gorgeous friends, that's it. That's the end of this particular video, and I know this was so much better than the last couple of weeks just because Tia is back. I enjoy this so much more.
Maybe next week I'll do makeup.
Don't you fucking dare. Yeah, no, look, if you want to do makeup, you do makeup. But my gorgeous friends, that is it. That is the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and do please like, comment, and subscribe. Go find Tia if you haven't already for whatever weird fucking reason. I don't know. All her details are down below. And do please share, because sharing is caring, except of course for STDs, in which case just wrap it up, don't be girls. But that's it. That's the end of this video, and we will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye.